Look, I don't even know where we want to start, but we're going to call this what exactly?
This is ShopTalk,
This is-
stories from downtown Kalamazoo.
Well, Shop Talk from Stories of Kalamazoo. And Jess is with me. My name is Jay. Jess, let everybody know who you are and what you do.
Awesome. Yes. So my name is Jessica Thompson, and I own a business downtown Kalamazoo, and I'm also the coordinator of Downtown Kalamazoo Shops.
All right. My name is Jay Morris. A lot of years in radio and audio, and just love being a citizen of Kalamazoo. So Jess and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and it got to the point where it's like, no one's really telling a lot of the stories that are happening in downtown Kalamazoo. She looked at me, and I looked at her, and he's like, well, we could. And here we are. So
Here we are. Let's
so
do it.
Let's just talk. All right. So tell me a little bit about how the organization that you're working on, that you lead the charge with a lot of other folks.
Yes.
How did that come to be?
So, oh my gosh. It was April of 23, and downtown has been going through some transitional times. There's some things that have just been changing over the last few years, especially, with COVID. And everyone was kind of just feeling really down, feeling like maybe they weren't being supported or heard or seen, advertised for, any of that stuff. And owning a small business is hard. And it's really hard. And I just kind of looked around and thought, well, somebody should do something. And then I was like, well, nobody's doing something, so maybe I should do something. And I just started, it started with social media. I started making some secret posts that nobody knew about, and it started boosting morale. People were like, who's doing this? Where is this coming from? Nobody knew. It was great. That went on for a few weeks, and then somebody finally caught wind maybe of the way that I write or talk, or they saw me taking a secret picture outside, and they were like, is this you? So the jig was up.
Oh, man. All right. So then with that, there's got to be stories. There's got to be a lot of things that happen that most people don't really understand about owning a small business in downtown Kalamazoo.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much, because you have such a unique area of downtown. I mean, downtown's like the heart of Kalamazoo, right? Yeah. The mall that's the first walking pedestrian mall in the United States. I mean, that's pretty cool that we are a part of it, or we're around that area. And it's just such a neat place to be. It's so picturesque, and you feel like you're just in a little Hallmark movie when you're downtown in that area. And small business, you're trying to get the word out. It doesn't matter if you've been there 40 years or 4 years. You're constantly trying to get the word out about, hey, we're here, come on down. And I think that falls right into the challenges that we have, and that we're trying to kind of get rid of those misconceptions. People are constantly saying there's no parking. There's parking. No parking.
There's parking.
There's so much parking. There's so much parking. And now there's free 90-minute parking. People are saying that it's not safe. That downtown businesses are, it's safe. I mean, this is just like any other town. You've got your parts that maybe, don't go there at midnight. Maybe, don't go around there at 3 a.m. And then that there's nothing to do. And that kind of leads into what happened next after the social media stuff.
So you're doing the social media piece. Mm-hmm. Finally, you're outed, and it's like, oh, it's Jess. Oh, so what happened next? Yeah.
So then a bunch of us, we just went rogue, and we were like, let's have a secret meeting. It wasn't a secret, but we were like, whoever wants to get together, let's meet, and we're going to meet at someone's shop, and we're just going to just do it. Come together and see what's next. And so we met at someone's place, and there was maybe 10, 12 of us, and it was exciting because we hadn't done this. The last time that we met was maybe when there was another organization downtown that was bringing people together. But it was just us. And we are smart, intelligent, entrepreneur people who we can do anything. And we just started talking about ideas and what we would like to see downtown and what we want. And people kept saying, well, maybe we should ask so-and-so. And I just kept thinking, do we? Do we have to ask someone? Why? Why can't we just do it? Oh, well, we should ask. Why? Let's just do this. Can we just do this? And then it got to the point where we were like, let's have an event. Let's do something, a community event that's going to be really cool. And then we started looking at dates, and we have something going on the first Friday of the month, and we were like, what about the second Saturday to bring people down? And it was 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks we put together our first In the Zoo event.
Really?
3 weeks, and we shut down the 3 blocks of the mall, and we brought in everything, and the kids came out. And the families.
For people who don't know, putting together an event at that scale is hard. And it takes a lot of work. And it usually takes months, not weeks.
Yes.
That had to be fun.
Yes. It was amazing. But to see everybody rally. And so it's kind of morphed into, I put together the graphics. I do the social media, I do the marketing, and then everybody takes their business, their passion, and they see how they can fit into that event. So we did kids in the zoo.
Yeah.
Everyone who has kid stuff. You've got ice cream, let's go. You've got cotton candy, all right, bring it on out. You've got kids' clothes, kids' toys. Or maybe you don't have kid stuff, but what could you do to help or that's going to benefit your business and highlight what you do while being a part of this event? It's been magical, to be dramatic. It really has been. It's been so, so beautiful to see everybody coming together.
Where it wasn't that way, let's just say post-COVID up until, a year ago?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, everybody, everyone's great people down there, right? But everybody, you park your car, you go into your shop, you do your business. Everybody leaves. Maybe you say a little hi on the street. Hey, how's it going? And that is not the case now. That's not the case now.
So where does this go then? I mean, what happens next?
So, well, what it's turned into is we have our first Fridays where the Arts Council has Art Hop every other month, which we love and we're so excited. But on the months that they don't have an Art Hop, we still have a First Friday where we invite artists or musicians to come into our places. So it keeps up that consistency.
Sure.
To just keep people coming downtown, something fun to do. We have our Central Commons area so people can grab a drink and walk around, that type of thing. We have our second Saturdays. We've now done one every month since June. Wow. And we have the rest of our year planned as well. And the cool thing about these events is that, so we're trying to reach out to different areas of our community.
Sure.
We got dog people, right? We love the dog people.
Mm-hmm.
We've got kids and dads and moms and students and people who like a good activity. Ice. We just did ice in the zoo. We've got a mystery coming up that people can come down and solve. So we're reaching out to these different communities in our area, but it's also helping to uplift our downtown community we've got dog places and we've got kid places and we've got people who like to eat and we've all of these things. So it's benefiting both, which is really, really cool.
What's interesting, we go back to the preconceived notions just for a bit. It's like, those preconceived notions aren't real.
No.
And this is, I think, the one of the important parts of why this and what we're doing becomes a thing, only because a lot of people don't really understand, how blessed we are to have a downtown that is this vibrant in a city this size. This doesn't happen everywhere.
No, it doesn't.
And business owners banding together to go, okay, let's just go rogue. That doesn't happen anywhere.
It's great.
It is. This is
really great.
This becomes something really special. again, in a downtown in transition, if you look back, putting in a mall was a transition.
Mm-hmm.
Taking out a mall was a transition.
Yes.
COVID was a transition.
Yes.
Huge. And now coming back to go, okay, so how do we capitalize on people that want to go shop someplace and, are taking the stand now to say, yeah, I could easily go click, but I think I want to go support someone downtown. I think you're seeing more and more of that. And maybe I'm wrong, but the more people I talk to, the more they say, hey, look, if we don't support all these local businesses aren't there anymore.
Exactly. It's very easy to sit on your couch and go online and have it delivered, and you can just keep watching Netflix, and that's cool. But there's so many amazing people downtown that are doing really cool things. Some of the businesses have been around for 40 years, right. And then we have others that just opened in the last few months. And it's really great to see everybody coming together and not just advertising for themselves and not just saying like, hey, here's my thing, please come and buy it. That we're trying to create experiences. And also what we're seeing now is collaborations between the stores, which have happened before, but I really am seeing a lot of it now. I'm seeing other people promoting other businesses as well. And it's just that, because everybody's got their circle of followers, right?
Right.
And, whether you send out a newsletter or online stuff or just in person. And now it's like, oh, hey, have you been down to that shop down there? Oh, my gosh, if you've got the day, you should just walk down there and check that out. Yeah.
So what we're going to do with this, and again, this is kind of the beginning of the beginning for this, for ShopTalk. We're going to have a series of small business owners, every couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about, how their business came to be and where it's going.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting. In a lot of ways, it's really exciting because it's like we're kind of going to be able to put an audio history together of what this transition is going to look like.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to be able to give all of the shop owners a voice and let them be heard of what they're doing and talk about their passion. Who doesn't love that?
I know.
I want to hear everybody's stories.
And again, there's a lot of them, and the idea here is to take some of those stories and let everybody know. So, there's kind of the idea of where ShopTalk goes.
Yeah.
At least next.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jessica. So, anything else we need to talk about? Anything else we're at this point in time?
I don't think so. This is just, I'm really excited just to hear the diversity of people's stories.
Yep.
I think that's going to be really neat. You're going to learn something that you didn't know, that you're going to say, oh, well, I passed by that place. I had no idea that's who that was, or that's what they do. And that's what we want from that.
I never knew they sold those kinds of things there.
Yes.
I get that a lot too.
Yes.
When you talk about Rocket Fizz, where'd you get that? Oh, Rocket Fizz. Really? I didn't even know they sold those.
Yes. Or, oh, I didn't even know that new place. What do you mean they have spices in there?
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could make a terrarium in, 10, 15 minutes down
Right.
there. What a fun thing. Take my kids or a date, something.
All right. The
That's
next
cool.
event is going to be?
Next event is March, our March event,
Gotcha.
and that is the Clue in the Zoo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So it is a real live clue game, and we have...
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a mystery afoot. The Kalamazoo Caper is happening, and we are going to have... There's 14 suspects that will be in the shops and restaurants downtown, and everyone is going to... We're going to ask them to come in and help us solve the mystery. They'll get a case file. They'll get the backstory of what went down, and then they can go in and talk to these real life suspects, and they'll be able to chat with them, get some information, and then go on their way to solve the mystery.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I know, and the prizes.
Ooh, cool. All right, cool. All right, we're back in another couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank
All right,
you.
talk to you next time.